They waited for us finally to arrive and showed us to fight to stay alive. The ancestors put power in me and gave me the voice to tell my story.
Form a circle. Form a circle.
Sacred ceremony, give them, laugh. Okay. So for this your point, you see, stay like this. You say a joke. Okay. So now see, so almost everybody bring flowers. You could bring flowers, you could bring fruit, you could bring water. When you do an ancestral ceremony, always bring something. So even if something with you, when we grind it one, there's something inside you. It will be the same. Leave them. It don't mean set them down and go back to hit them. It's not moving, you leave them. So we ancestors said, when the Africans were teeth from Gullah. Can y'all say Gullah?
Gullah.
They were Igbo, Mandinka, Malinke, Yoruba, Gullah, Yeezy, Mindi, Timni, Ifi, Ibibio, and plenty other rest. And they get you. And this your land where y'all get it called Carolina now. But here be Carolina there. Call them Chikra. Some say Chikora. You see this your fort right there? This one they call Fort Moultrie. But we ancestors, the one would make every brick and build that whole fort where you see right there. On this your island called Sullivan's Island. He also said Sullivan's Island.
Sullivan's Island.
Now if we going around that side of the brick wall, a man will behold the ancestors' energy. Y'all say Osceola?
Osceola.
Osceola is a strategic leader. And if you read about him, they're going to say he was Seminole. Can y'all say Seminole?
Seminole.
Now you'll get the words. Cimarron. Cimarron in Spanish is Seminole in English. But from the Seminole come also the Maroons. Always the warriors. Fighters, the one we ain't never been enslaved in. Sullivan Island, they're always trying to enslave we and re-enslave we. Osceola them lead, but fight against them. And fight this shit thing you Yetibo called the Seminole War or the Gullah War for over 40 years. They beat back the European, the Anglo people, whether they tried to keep the ancestors in bondage. They tried to keep the land from the Yamasee, the Adisto, the Cree, the Kusabo, who blend together. And now they're called Seminole. But there ain't been no Indian group or Native American group. Seminole been we, Africans and indigenous Americans, who gonna fight back for freedom. Especially so what they did, when they catch Osceola, they lure him, say they're gonna do treaties today. When they finally catch him, They kill him. They put his body here, buried outside this your fort, because they had him in prison in this your fort for the longest. Because they said they have to find a place strong enough for holding his power. But his brain in here. They actually took his brain and sent it to a lab to study it after they killed him. Why do you think they would do something? Huh? To try to, right? To try to take his knowledge. To try to figure out how was he such an effective leader. They didn't believe he could be an effective leader because he was black and Indian, they said. So there's no way this can be happening. So to this day, people will try to diminish you because you're a black woman. We just ended National Her Story Month yesterday. And they would try to say because you're a woman, there's no way you can lead. Because you're black, there's no way you can lead. And then do it strategically? You're not even supposed to be human. How could you have strategy? How could you have intellect? How could you move and lead anything? But watch this. I want each one of you, I'm going to start from right here. And when I point to a word, I want you to read it for me. And then the next person read one word. One. All right? Look at this. What's this word right here?
Art.
Next person.
Execution.
Next person. What's it? Say it louder.
Education.
This one.
Medicine.
All right. Say it louder.
Medicine.
There we go.
Politics.
Religion.
Law. Athletes.
Not athletes, but
Athletics.
athletics, right?
Research.
Artisans.
Artisans. Trade. Business. Industry.
Yes.
Economics.
Yeah. Yeah. Who we up to?
Social.
Social. Last person. Give
Service.
it up. Services, right? So now, out of these, do y'all think people have to be pretty intellectual to do these? That they have to have good minds, right? Strategic minds, right? Even with art, you have to be strategic. To be an athlete, you have to be strategic. To do research, you have to be strategic. To make things, to produce new medicines, you have to be strategic. You have to plan to be a person who's a business or industry titan. You have to know economics. You have to know science. You have to know technology. Well, who is the largest marker in the state of South Carolina dedicated to? What does this say? Everybody.
West Africa.
All right. So these were who?
African.
Who were what?
Bar.
This country under extreme conditions of human bondage and degradation.
And degradation. Our ancestors, when they were enslaved, were in bondage. There were no slaves brought from Africa. There were people kidnapped in Africa and then enslaved. Okay? When you call someone a slave, you strip him or her of their humanity, of their intellect, of their abilities. So here at Sullivan's Island, that was a place to do that. Here at Sullivan's Island, they had what we call pest houses. Can y'all say pest houses?
Pest houses.
Or pestilence houses.
Pestilence.
Yes. Do y'all know what pest is? Or don't say your class meeting. A bug, right? So diseases were called pestilence because many times one disease would wipe out a whole community of people. So they wanted to make sure anybody coming to the new world wouldn't bring diseases from another place and kill the whole population. So they would isolate people in houses out here for days to weeks to months to make sure they wouldn't have diseases before they let them go into Charlestown, which is Charleston, okay? The Africans were also beaten and whipped and starved here. They would season them here. And I don't mean like when you see your mama and daddy cooking. I mean, they call it seasoning because if you were doing like Miss Dawson is doing now, looking at me in the eye, they want you to do what she started doing, that. And if she didn't do it, they would continue to torture her
until she started being that person that would do that. Why you think? What's the say, who was it? Because of power. What kind of power? Right. The authority. They didn't want you challenging authority. So see, we're talking and you're looking down. You see? Instead of looking this way. All right? So that was the thing. They wanted to break your power that you had in here. They didn't want you to have the power that you have in there. They didn't want that strength going forward. Why you think? Because we're black, and because they wanted you to be what?
Like them.
Not like them. Huh? Under them. Exactly. To be enslaved. That's why you see it says, and degradation. They wanted to degrade you, make you lower than God made you to be. So, when we dedicated this marker, and you'll find in the gift shop over there, they still have the postcard for the day of the dedication when I and my son were standing here reading this marker when it was first unveiled. It was one of the proudest days here in South Carolina to this moment that I've ever been part of. Because this is the largest marker in the state of South Carolina to anybody. All other historic markers tend to be the same size and same model. But we have several gentlemen and women that work to get the money to make sure to fund this and to put it here, because this is where our ancestors were brought in. The next time that I was here and had a powerful moment was the day of my installment, July 2nd, 2000. I was installed here at Sullivan's Island as the first head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation. So I'm the first Queen Mother and head of state ever in the history of the world for all Gullah Geechees. Today is a powerful day because on April 1st, 20 years ago, at this time, I was in Geneva, Switzerland, and became the first Gullah Geechee to ever speak before the United Nations on behalf of my people. And I spoke at the Human Rights Commission because I wanted people to be clear on the way in which our ancestors had been brutalized, degraded, and their very humanity was attempted to be taken from them. So I knew that it was divinely ordered when I got an email asking about a group of students wanting to have a libation ceremony at Sullivan's Island on April the 1st. I truly believe in divine order. So I flew back in the country last night. I haven't been back 24 hours yet in order to make sure I was in the Gullah Geechee Nation in order to be here to greet you. And so it is a blessing for me to spend the anniversary of that day with you, because that tells me my living and work is not in vain. Us unveiling these types of monuments and things that speak to the future generation is not in vain. That somebody does remember, and someone wants the next generation to continue to always remember. So it's beautiful that you all wear flowers, because that's peace. Okay? Also, you'll see that I have an indigo in one. All right? Indigo is a healing color in the Gullah Geechee Nation. Those who have purple, how divine. That is my official color. And that is the color that I was installed in here at Sullivan's Island, the purple. So everything that's here in the dry lawn soil is beautiful. Even if one or two of it, they can be dry lawn soil in the dry lawn soil. There's a symbol in everything, in all of us. We symbolize our ancestors. And when we process together, it will show them we haven't forgotten. We haven't forgotten who they are. But one thing that we can no longer do is call the full names of all our ancestors, because no one can make roll in a written record of them. But we should always honor the names of people, because even when that person's not in this physical realm, whenever you call the name of a man or woman, never die. The spirit lives on. So,
You'll hear me call names as we do the libation at the ocean. And those will be names of the ancestors that were powerful, that were part of our continuing legacy, that were those who were the folks represented by all those categories that did so much for us, who people now want to call African American, that I call Africans in America, and in particular here, Gullah Geechee. But I want to know your name. What's your name? Jasmine. Naija. Kimberly. Julia. Delphine. Daryl. Tranisha. Lacey. Avery. Zamari. Anaya. What was it? Said it? Omari. Okay, sorry about that. Omar. Zanaya. Anaya. Paige. Nakira. Illyria. Layla. Azaria. Ty. You got the easy one, right? You like, I got all the IR and then Shannon. Destiny. Talia. Naya. Jamal. Jasmine. Back to Jasmine. Yeah. And I'm Queen Quet. I'm chiefess and head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation. So I'm so happy, Ms. Dawson, you found me. You got a hold of me. You was able to bring me here. And so all of y'all go to the same school, right? Middle school? Yes, ma'am. What's the name of your school? Yes, I thought so. I just got the letter today in the mail. On the way coming there from that. So I thought it was y'all. So now, let me see if y'all can do this with me. Y'all ready? Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. I need more. Stop rushing. Don't speed up. And before I be a slave, I'm going to be buried in my grave. I'm going to my Lord and be free.
This is a sacred ceremony, folks.
And be free. All right, y'all clap and walk. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'm gonna be buried in my grave. And one to my God and be free. They'll be shouting. They'll be shouting. They'll be shouting over me. No talking. And before I be a slave, I'm going to be buried in my grave. And one to my God and be free. Y'all should know the song by now. Let's go, come on. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my God and be free. Let's do that again. Come on, y'all can do better than that now. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Yeah. Oh, freedom. before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my God and be free. They'll be singing, they'll be singing over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and ride home to my God and be free.
My spirit calls out to me. Plant thy feet deeply in the sand. Make this strange place your own land. Live each day taking a stand, ever reaching to touch the Creator's hand. My spirit calls out